U.S. airstrikes against Iran will reach their most intense level today. War Secretary Pete Hegseth making the remarks during a press conference this morning with General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Iran stands alone, and they are badly losing. On day 10 of Operation Epic Fury, we are winning with an overwhelming and unrelenting focus on our objectives. Today will be yet again our most intense day of strikes inside Iran. The most fighters, the most bombers, the most strikes. Intelligence more refined and better than ever. So that's on one hand. On the other hand, the last 24 hours have seen Iran fire the lowest number of missiles they've been capable of firing yet. Just the bifurcation, just the trend lines that we talked about on our first briefing. You see, this is not 2003. This is not endless nation building under those types of quagmires we saw under Bush or Obama. It's not even close. Our generation of soldier will not let that happen again, and nor will this president, who very clearly ran against those kinds of never-ending, nebulously scoped missions.
Hegseth discussed when the war could end, saying that's for President Trump to decide. But the war secretary said the will of the United States is endless and that he wants the American people to understand the Trump administration won't allow what he described as mission creep. He says President Trump set forward a very specific mission to accomplish. Hegseth also saying the operation is focused on three main objectives: destroying Iran's missile stockpiles and launch systems, eliminating its naval capabilities, and preventing the country from obtaining nuclear weapons. Meanwhile, General Dan Kane said the U.S. was carrying out strikes against Iran's mine-laying vessels. Kane also praising the men and women aboard strike group ships.
There's 30 knots of wind in your face. The deck is slippery, covered in grease. It's noisy. There are propellers spinning. There's jet blast everywhere. The helicopters are running. Your head is on a swivel, and you're trying to direct a multi-million-dollar fighter into a 1-foot square box so that those naval aviators can be shot off into the black of night to go do America's work. Those jets are fully loaded with missiles and bombs, and they are a world-class team combined with the naval aviation and the aviators in those jets. This beautiful symphony of American spirit is the definition of perfectly organized chaos. And these crews do it every single time the carrier is at work.
Kane says U.S. and allied forces have now struck more than 5,000 targets across Iran's southern flank. The top general saying Iran is still fighting, but is not, quote, more formidable than we thought. According to Kane, missile attacks from Iran have dropped about 90%, while drone attacks have declined by more than 80% since the operation began. Kane also honored several service members who recently died while serving overseas, the general extending condolences to their families and saying their sacrifices will not be forgotten. And the Senate Armed Services Committee is holding a closed briefing this morning. Senators will discuss Operation Epic Fury, the U.S.-Israeli military campaign against Iran, now in its second week.